TV, Real and Willing Television. I'm Jacob Kelly.
And I'm Rebecca Vargas, and it's Earth Day, everyone, so happy Earth Day to you.
Happy Earth Day, go green. Gives me
Yes.
a good excuse to wear my
Your green
favorite
shirt.
color. My
Yeah,
green shirt.
look at I'm wearing green too.
I know, we didn't even coordinate.
We really
That's a
didn't
funny
even-
thing. That's awesome.
I know.
You know what, I never knew what, I'll be honest, I really didn't know what Earth Day really was
Me
before.
either.
Before today, I used to think it was just, a way to get in touch with the nature by
Yeah.
planting an extra tree in the ground. You know what I mean? Just loving the earth or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny because it started back in 1970. Senator Nelson started it with an environmentalist movement, and that's where Earth Day started, to take care of the earth. And it started back in the 70s when that hippie movement was going on, which I find kind of interesting because the hippies loved the earth and all like the peace and be one with nature and all that stuff. So I think that has something to do with it.
I'll be honest, my mom was a big hippie. She tries to tell me today that she's a hippie. She used to she used to go out and do drugs or something like that. I'm not sure what it was entailed, but I think once she, I'm sorry, Mom, but once she repented of that, thankfully, she just wanted to get as far away from that as possible. So I guess throwing the whole environmentalist thing away with it. I don't know if she really gotten.
So maybe that's why she didn't tell you.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a
about
huge
it.
reason why I didn't really know it. Except for school planting trees. I don't know.
That's what you did?
Yeah, that's what. Oh yeah, in elementary school, that's what I did. I would just plant trees on April 22nd or whenever it was then, and I just thought it was a day to get off because we had this environmental site.
Oh, okay.
How did you celebrate it?
Didn't really celebrate it.
Never
I
celebrated
didn't really know anything
Are you
about
gonna
it.
celebrate
We didn't
it
get the
today?
day off, did we?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't get the day
I
off.
don't
It was
think
like a
we
day
did.
we were in school, but we still
I
did
feel like
something.
it's not a real holiday unless you get off.
Ouch, that's a punch in the face.
But it's kind of true, right?
Yeah, I'll be honest.
It gives you a reason to celebrate
I just see a whole bunch of signs with the recycle things and go green, and I like it because it's green.
Well, I mean, we are really going green. It's coming back. Actually,
it's
this
coming back full
year,
force.
today, it's supposed to be one of the top times we're celebrating Earth Day. It's supposed to be really big. 200 countries are coming out to celebrate today, and 1 billion people. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
To celebrate Earth Day.
It's like another Woodstock.
I don't even know what they're doing with it.
It's crazy.
Maybe.
What
are you going to do today? Are you going to celebrate?
I think I'll just I'll probably just go for a walk and just, try to get in touch with the Lord, just through the nature and all His creation that He made, and just take an appreciation for it.
Yes, I agree with that. I think I might do that too. Do you do anything to stay green? Or to go green?
You know what? I think that we got a whole bunch of those bags, not the plastic.
I use those.
I don't though.
You don't?
So I got it, but I didn't use it. So
well, you should start using those for your groceries. They're even coming out with them in clothing stores too.
Yeah, that's true. They are. It's
well,
kind of
anyway,
big.
enough about that. We have with us a musical guest, Taylor Bono. She's an up-and-coming pop artist. So let's give it up for her. She's going to be singing "It'll Only Get Better."
Try, but you can't find the strength to put a smile on your face. Everything goes wrong when you try too hard. Get me out of this place, on a boat or a train, just somewhere far away. Lost in the mess that you made, stuck in the middle of the storm. Is there anyone in this pouring rain that can help me get out of this place, on a boat or a plane, just somewhere far away? Lift up your head, it's gonna be okay. You'll see the beauty in the clouds someday. I know you're wishing it would go away, but please believe me when I say, if you hold on just a little bit longer, things are gonna get a little brighter. Oh, 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 this pain ain't gonna last forever. It'll only get better. Well, you pray for a miracle, 'cause you gotta find something to take away the pain. Well, are you aware, do you even care that I'm trying to get out of this state? So I hit my knees, feels like I'm talking to the wall. Lift up your head, it's gonna be okay. You'll see the beauty in the clouds someday. I know you're wishing it would go away, but please believe me when I say, if you hold on just a little bit longer, things are gonna get a little brighter. Oh, 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 this pain
right. In light of Earth Day, what are you guys doing, or how are you celebrating, or are you celebrating?
I have never celebrated Earth Day before.
Yeah,
Do you guys normally celebrate Earth Day?
Oh, well, every year I normally go trick-or-treating with my brothers and sisters.
I think you're thinking
On
of a
Earth
different
Day?
holiday
That's
there.
That's Harvest Day, I think.
No.
Harvest.
You never planted a tree?
No.
I don't think I have.
I don't think I have either.
I have for elementary school, but I had no idea why I was doing it. It was just a good way to get out of class.
Yeah, I never really celebrated it. I don't think we get the day off, so I never.
Okay, if we had the day off, I think I would do something. We should protest.
Really?
I'd probably go to
big
Disney.
feast.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Okay.
A
Well,
big earthly feast.
Earthly feast.
we will all
Right.
be very
Feast 'em.
productive on Earth Day. I can
Well,
tell.
look at we're all wearing green.
We
so
are.
We're already
We got a
celebrating.
little Earth Day sandwich going on.
Yep.
'Cause I'm not wearing.
You got like mold on the top.
I'm wearing the
of your
sky.
sandwich.
You got like the sky.
You're
and
like
the
the toast on the
ground.
bottom
and
half.
I'm the rocks, and then you guys are the grass.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a
Black
little,
rock.
Oh,
Perfect.
clever.
that's a little
Candace,
far.
you must come up
It's a little far-fetched, but
Well,
that's fine.
since we are talking about Earth Day and like environment and everything, why do you think like environmentalism is such a four-letter word in our, like Christian world, in a sense?
I think, I don't know, it was created like Earth Day in the 1970s, like you were mentioning earlier. So I think that Christians, like anything that kind
like
of
new.
part of it,
Yeah.
like came up with, they were like, oh no, it's bad.
Because the
they-
hippie movement was
Yeah.
so like.
The outcast.
It seemed like throughout history, the conservatives always kind of went away. Like, when rock and roll came around, they're like, no,
Yeah.
ban that
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah.
whenever like the hippies or anything environmentalist, they were like, no, we're not hopping on board with that.
Yeah.
So it kind of seems like it's not, I don't want to say our church was fearful. It was just they didn't want to get caught up in something that they didn't believe in, which they identified, okay, environmentalist, hippie movement, you know what I mean?
So you think that means that Christians don't care about the environment?
I don't think that's necessarily true. I mean, I think we care about the environment. I just feel like, to an extent, we trust God that the world is in His hands, and it's not for us to worry so much about how the world is going to end or global warming or all these different things, because we ultimately can't control it. It's in God's hands, and so I think as Christians, we just trust Him, and we're at
But
peace
does that
about
mean
it.
that we don't take responsibility for anything? Because I
Yeah.
think that if you run with that idea, then it's like, well, God's got everything, so why should I do anything? And I don't
Yeah.
think that's
I think-
good at all.
I think it comes down to like a matter of stewardship versus
Yeah.
ownership. As Christians, we don't want to even appear like, oh, like this is our world. We need to take care of it. Yes, like we need to steward it, and we need to, just like the Bible says, the parable of the talents. We need to take care of the things that God has given us, but at the same time, we don't want to feel like we've kind of taken something from God.
Where like we have control over it, like we
Right.
got this,
Yeah,
we'll
exactly.
take care of it.
Well,
Yeah.
what is the difference, though, between being a steward and then acting like you have ownership over the world? What's the difference between the two?
I think for Christians anyway, it's more of something we feel inside, and that it becomes more of a generalization when communities and congregations start believing the same thing. We tie it into a political issue nowadays, and we say, okay, we don't want to kind of like offend anybody, so we're just going to stay away from anything political in general, even though the church is full
Because
of
it has
politics.
become a huge political issue, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
almost like it's like we have control over this. So each person needs to contribute to controlling the environment
Yeah.
and making sure. Whereas the whole stewardship thing, I think that we definitely should, like God gave us this, this earth to live on and to take care of it. So I think that we should kind of hop on the bandwagon, but in a different mindset. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where we
Yeah.
need to be like, we need to take care of it. Because think about it, years ago, we weren't using cars. We weren't using hairspray, stuff that's gonna do this whole
Well, that was
global
like 100
warming.
years ago.
Yeah, hundreds
Yeah.
of years ago. I don't mean like years as in like 20 years ago, but hundreds of years ago, we didn't have some of these problems just because we weren't polluting the earth as much.
So
So
what
maybe
should-
we should control.
But
What
what
do you
does it
should
mean, though?
Some of that
suggest?
stuff.
Like,
Yeah.
what do you think we should do? Stop driving?
Well, I mean,
now?
we can't stop driving, but I'm
Like-
kind of liking the green movement. You know what I mean? Just trying our best to recycle, to try and use like those special bags when going to the
Yeah.
grocery store. Just doing your part, you know.
And that's taking responsibility
Yeah.
for our own actions. Like
Yeah.
we are a large part of the problem, so we're not like we shouldn't be like, oh hey God, we're gonna do all this stuff. Please fix it. Like honestly, I just think that's
Yeah.
not.
So you think recycling is like a
doing
good
your
way
what
to
you
do that?
can in your means is I think just saying, okay, we're going to take care of the world that's around us that we can take care of.
Well, I just don't think I understand why or what it means to be a steward of the earth. Like, explain what it means to be a steward, and then why is it so important that we recycle? Why is it so important that we use special bags? Is it really going to make a difference?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it
I
is.
think it does.
But
Yeah.
what does it do though? Because, I mean, we've heard all of our lives, oh, it's good to recycle, it's good to use these special bags and do
well, I
this
guess
and do
just
this,
plastic.
All of our trash just goes into a landfill. I mean, we're just like putting all of our garbage into the earth. Like
because if you ever think about it, it's like, where does all that garbage go? Like, yeah, we burn it, but like, where does it go? Is it really healthy? It's like good for the earth. It's not really. So I guess what they're doing is recycling that. So we just use it again, so we're not polluting the earth.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We don't want to look like Wall-E. I mean,
I mean, honestly, if we all didn't care and just kind of let it go, I wonder what the world would look like 10 years from now. You know what I mean? Like, if you really sit back and think about it, what would it look like if we really just didn't care?
Do you think that like reducing our garbage, like putting it, like, let's not just throw it into a big hole or whatever, you think that's going to take care of it, when actuality we still have these people that just continue to bulldoze over land and stuff like that, when actually they're still they're just making even bigger holes for our, like, civilization. So would that entail, like, is that going to have any effect, like, doing any of that?
I don't know. Maybe we should talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's real. It's a real. But hey, guys, let's give it up one more time for Taylor Bono with her song "What If It Was."
Was it him or just the waves that swept me off my feet? The only thing that I am sure of is the way he looked at me. When he told me that he loved me, he didn't hesitate at all. I said, boy, you must be crazy. There hadn't been time enough to fall. But what if there was? What if I missed it? What should I have done? I should have kissed him. I'm stuck on the fence. It still don't make sense. There's no way that it could have been love. But what if it was? He told me about his hometown, and I told him about mine. Found out the only difference was a couple thousand miles. I knew that we'd be leaving in just a few days. He begged to be together, but I couldn't see a way. But what if there was? What if I missed it? What should I have done? I should have kissed him. I'm stuck on the fence. It still don't make sense. There's no way that it could have been love. But what if it was? What if I missed it? What should I have done? I should have kissed him. I'm stuck on the fence. It still don't make sense. There's no way that it could have been love. There's no way that it could have been love. But what if it was? Was it him or just the waves that swept me off my feet?
Hi, welcome back. Thank you so much, Taylor. That song was so good. We'll be hearing more from her in a little bit. But going off that last question that we were just talking about, I feel like for pollution, I feel like we just have this cycle of, we talked about, like, we just tend to throw things away in landfills or whatever, but at the same time, there's just a cycle so we can build more, like, civilization. You know what I mean? I feel like it's almost like there's no right
I don't feel like
answer.
there's really an answer, period. I think it's gonna take its place over a course of time. It's like asking or it's like when a girl asks you, does this make me look fat? And what do you say? No, but then she looks at you and she says, "You're lying to me." And then she goes away crying, and makeup is everywhere.
Have to do with
Okay, and so stick with me here, okay? And so, but if you say yes, it does, then you're mean and you're rude. even though you might be honest.
So if you don't
but
recycle your meat,
if you go to like Publix and they say, okay, do you want paper or plastic? Talking about your bags, that you put your groceries in, and the paper bags cut down trees. The more paper you use, the less trees there are. Environmentalism.
Right.
The more plastic you use, the more landfills are going to fill up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so there's no right
It all
answer.
makes sense now.
You see what I'm saying?
We're trapped.
He
we can't
knows.
get
You know
out.
what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so it's it's really just
Well, I
stuff
have a
like
question.
that. So.
Like, honestly, what should we do then? Because, okay, growing up, like, my family was never really that big into recycling or anything. Just being honest, you know? Like, we use a lot of hairspray, you know, we drive cars, we don't really recycle. And I know that's not the greatest thing, but what are we supposed to do?
I think honestly, we just need to become just aware of it,
Aware,
aware
yeah.
of the fact that this is causing a little bit of a problem, obviously, since they're making such a big deal of it. So we should just, within our means, just think about what we're using and just try to cut back or
Just do your
recycle.
part.
Just do your part.
Yeah.
That's honestly what I think.
Yeah.
But in a way, like if you yourself are polluted, like in your life, how are you going to be able to like care for other things if you're not
true. That's a
taking
good
care of
point.
yourself?
Yeah,
How
let's
do you-
talk about that.
So what does
Like-
that even mean to be polluted in your own heart, in your own life?
Ooh, I feel like that could be like, you know, the 7 deadly sins or something,
Yeah.
like greed or pride or
Gluttony.
gluttony, you know.
Well, not even the 7 deadly sins, just sins that we commit every day is like pollution.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's almost like, you know, whether you throw away that can or not, if you're, you
Yeah.
know, relating it to pollution in your heart. Thank you. I know you like that. But I don't know. I feel like it's just little sins that we make every single day. It's kind of like being in the world but not of it.
Yeah.
I think that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking about.
So
when it
what
comes
what
to
does
you.
being polluted look like?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Is it like the music that you listen to? Is that a
I
part
think
that's like
Yeah.
I think it looks like me. I think it looks like you. I think it looks like you. Because
I'm polluted?
if I were to say I wasn't polluted, I would be saying that I'm the perfect man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
You'd be
We
saying
all
that you're
have
the
our
perfect
own
woman.
vices, our
So-
own things that
That we
get us,
struggle
you know?
with. Yes. So
But
we all
what
have
are
our own
some-
temptations.
What are some specific things that you guys see in movies or music that are standing out, that are being, you know, that are polluting young people today?
Sexualization of everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest one that jumps
Even
out to me.
commercials nowadays,
Yes.
you can't even watch TV without a commercial of like a bag of Doritos being sexy.
Yeah, it's like it's like if they
Everything.
don't put something like sexual in a
Yeah,
show
that's
in a movie,
true.
it's almost like
Not good.
Yeah.
this is too cookie cutter. Like this is not
Yeah.
good. Like
Yeah.
this,
Gotta
is,
be more
this
cutting
isn't real
edge.
enough. You
Yeah.
know what
girls
I
in
mean?
bikinis, Pepsi can.
Yeah.
The sex sells no matter what.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
in
that's
movies,
true.
TVs, music,
Yeah.
anything.
That's
And our ethics has
prostitution.
just changed, where it's like anything goes.
Yeah.
Figure out what you want.
Media
But
prostitution.
then there's on the other side of if it's not like
it is.
sexual, like it has to be like fun and entertaining. Go get her like beer commercials are always like so like fun and like, hey, hang out with your buds, Bud Light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like things like
With
that.
your buds light.
Fun.
I think it's just so. I think we just need to become aware of that too, and realize what trips us up. So whatever that is that
Well, how
trips
do
you
you-
up, kind of cut it back so
But
it
what are
doesn't pollute you.
specifics though? Like let's get to specifics. What is some music that's out there right now that is polluting people? Yes.
Stuff.
I
There
thought
is
you had
some.
Katy Perry,
There is some
Lady
stuff out
Gaga.
there.
I know you love Katy Perry
used to
though.
be a Christian.
I do love Katy
Come on, let's
Perry.
give her leeway.
Well, so did
You know what? You know what I think it is. I think it's the it's kind of like the hypocrisy in it all. It's kind of like, for example, Britney Spears, when she first started out, she was saying, and Jessica Simpson, oh, I'm a virgin, and professing I'm a virgin, and it's this huge thing. I'm going to be an example for young girls. And then your music is like the exact opposite, like "Hit Me, Baby" or
Yep.
One More
all this
Time,
stuff.
yeah.
And it's
Toxic.
just
Miley
complete- Yeah,
Cyrus.
it's just. It's different, you know what I mean? So it's confusing our
Yeah.
generation. So those are like specific examples. It's
Yeah.
confusing
Yeah.
us because you're gonna
Yeah.
act one way and say one thing.
Well,
you know what I
it's-
mean? And act differently.
Yeah, it's a hypocrisy, but I think it's also the messages that are in all the songs, like "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time," or I mean that was so long ago, but I mean just songs today, like all of Lady Gaga's songs. I mean,
Yeah.
come
Well, yeah.
on.
Now it's like completely like it's just like
it's blatant in your
Everything,
face.
yeah.
It's
These
almost like,
messages are
yep.
out there.
Like
Yep.
these messages, like the songs that they sing, I feel like it's almost like from the mouth comes the overflow of the heart. So I mean, like if you're saying
Yeah.
I want to present like a good message to our viewers, and yet you're writing songs from the heart about like, oh, I can't be tamed, and you're up on this bird cage, like you can't be tamed. What's your heart look like? It kind of looks a little polluted if it's that dark
Yeah.
and
you are.
feathery.
So how do you be in the world but not of it? Like we hear that
Yeah.
in church
Yeah.
all the
because
time.
it
be in the world,
surrounds
not
us.
of it.
This media does surround us, and I feel like as communicators, because you're going to communicate with people all the time, how do you take in all this, all these messages, and then be a light to people and like live out your Christian faith, because they are gonna influence you. So what do you do with that? Like I don't know. It's hard when you think about it.
I think the biggest thing is consistency. That when people see a consistent walk that you have, that it's not like, oh, like this, you know, it's like when you're a kid, you go to summer Bible camp, and like you come back on like this spiritual high, and then you know, kind of mellow out, and you're just
because
like,
you're just getting into regular life,
right? And
everything's there,
you know, and then like your phrase is like, oh, God just has me in this really dry spot right now.
Well, I think it's about guarding your heart and guarding your mind. I think it always goes back to that. If you're guarding your heart, guarding your mind, then you won't be polluted. The pollution won't enter your heart.
Yeah.
And isn't it an issue of not conforming as well? I mean, we're in the world, but we shouldn't be conforming to sexual things.
That's true.
And things that aren't godly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just what it says, be in the world, because we're in it, but you just can't be of it. You can't let those things that trips you up become regular things that you interact with in your life. Yeah. You know?
So does that mean we have to give up the things like the music if we like, you know, like Katy Perry or something? Does that mean, not to take a shot at you, because...
I don't know if we mean that.
Because you're not Katy Perry, but...
So what does that mean? Does that we just have to
I don't know. Well,
up?
let's hear from Andrew Gard with What's the Word on all about this.
So we've been discussing the issue of pollution and our responsibility as Christians to the world. And I want to read out of Psalm 24. It reads that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and those who dwell therein. For he has founded it upon the seas and established it upon the rivers. And I think whenever we talk about the issue of pollution, we have to understand that, you know, the world belongs to God. It doesn't belong to you. It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to God. And so anything that we find in our hands, whether it's the world, our finances, really anything, it belongs to God. And so our responsibility is to steward that which God has given to us. Well, at the same time, remembering that there is going to come a day where God is going to do away with this world and really impart a new one. And so while it is important to steward the world and to do our best in the effort against pollution, and it's also wildly important that we remember that you know, anti-pollution will not save the world. The gospel saves the world.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like our Facebook page for more show information and subscribe to our podcast on iTunes.
Yep. And also, if you loved Taylor Bono's music, you can check her out on her Facebook, facebook.com/Taylor Bono Music, her YouTube, which is youtube.com/Taylor B Music, and check out her new song that's called I Like on her EP, which is on iTunes. So let's give it up for Taylor Bono with I Like.
You walk, you talk to me every day. I couldn't help but give my heart away. When we're together, the world's okay, the world's okay, yeah. My smile I could not wipe away. I felt for you, your smile, your song, right away, right away. when they look into